Welcome back to another Oracle card spiritual reading. This reading is here for you at this time for your highest good. You're not here by mistake, and this reading will definitely be something that is important to you at this time. It's important to tell you that readings happen at the moment that you experience them. They're placed in time. It's not so much whether it is specifically your reading compared to somebody else's reading. No. Just like this world is not specifically your world compared to somebody else's world. No. Every little reading has information in it, and only each individual is going to see and hear and feel what they can see and hear and feel in the moment, because they're looking at the reading and listening to the reading through their personal self. You are a person in the world that is different from the rest of us. Different good, different rare, different unique. A unique expression of God in the world. And on faith, we want to accept that this is our identity. We are a one-of-a-kind human that has a spiritual identity with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And those are overseen, all of this, the three of us have become one being that is overseen by God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. So this is who we are. Most of life is built on faith, now that we know we are spiritual beings. We're responsible to go to this purple crystal cluster. What's that? The crystal cluster is the brain. It is a little inner space of your memories mixed in with your current thoughts, spark, current thoughts, mixed in with your observations of reality. The cluster of crystals is this crown chakra faith space, which glows all of that imaginative light for you. It wants you to approach your innermost self and get with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That's why they're both wearing green, because that's a symbol for the green heart chakra, which is simply our spiritual body. It's the core or the center of our spiritual body, where all the other chakras are kind of rotating around. It's the doorway from our physical self into our spiritual self. So if you can accept on faith, meaning that if you can just decide to buy into the idea that there is a man and a woman living inside of us, spiritually speaking, not literally, right? There is a man and a woman, meaning the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The divine masculine can simply be our words, our descriptions for everything that we're seeing and looking at, whether we're looking around us at things like chalice and light, or world and woman, or God, or owl, or purple, or faith. No matter what we're looking at, we're going to use words to label them. That's the divine masculine. There's so much power in the word to be able to define things. Think about it. We use those words when we talk with our family, when we talk with our friends, our significant others. We need these words. I need them to make this video. Oh, or we won't stand underneath this world and look up at it to figure out what's going on. The way to come down to the world is to use the words, to look around and observe what's going on, and then to choose our words, our divine masculine, in a way that's going to help us to make the world go round. Now look, the divine feminine, she does something so beautiful. She's the creative energy. She's the flow and the roll and the slowly caressing our words she addresses and brings them to little spaces of light. She is the light of the world. We have the words and the light, and they come together. We have the words and the power, they come together. The words and the emotion, it comes together to create experiences for us on faith in the world. When you know that this is who you are, you're able to go up to this higher self space, and you're able to imagine and feel, or use your words to describe, and use your emotional reactions to feel what it's like to have something. Then you can let go of it and let God bless it and bring it to fruition in the material world. Which is why this person here, you as a human, is wearing red. That's the root chakra, representing the expansion of our material circumstances, the events in the material earth world. That's why she's holding the world in her hand and why she's wearing red. She gives birth with her light, her creative power, her emotion. She gives birth, she gives her light to the words, and hopefully those words are peaceful. Look at the dove in the forehead of the divine masculine. Peaceful, loving, caring words, caring actions, caring thoughts, wonderful thoughts, happy thoughts, good reportable thoughts, things that are nice, things that aren't mean, things that aren't scary or dark. Do you see how it works? We get with the best that we can imagine. The divine feminine will come inside with it, and the two of them will bring experiences into the world for you to expand your life. This is happening all day long. It's happening, and it's why it's important that we wake up spiritually to know our identity beyond our personal self, so that we can go to that expert. Who is the expert? God, source, universe, divine masculine, divine feminine. They're the expert experience. They're the strange dolphin that speaks to us, the higher self. And we want that so that we can swim in this pool of blue chakra, which is our throat chakra, our communication. We want to swim in that white light of words. That's why we saw, I lost the card, that's why we saw the divine masculine with the little dove above his forehead. So that we choose our words in the white light, the words in the white light, meaning that we want to choose kind words. We want to choose words that are going to help uplift people. We want to choose words that are honest and true to help people see who they really are. Let's pull one more card and see where this ends up. We're going to pull something to surrender to, or surrender and be happy about. What is it? The surrender, our fear of intimacy. And what is that really in this context? We're going to go up into ourself, into the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That's what we're seeing here. The intimacy that those two have. We want to see within ourselves and be able to choose what we prefer. Let those two continue to make love and put it into the world as personal experiences for us. So nice when God blesses all of this and creates a reality for you based on your words and your emotional nature. Have fun shaping this world. And on your way out, make sure you remember this last thing to take with you and put into your back pocket. Something to refer to all throughout the day is freedom. You're free to roam this world and to create with your words whatever you prefer. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. I'll see you again. Subscribe if you haven't yet. It'd be nice to have you along. I'll go ahead and make videos every day and put them on this channel just for you. Take care, my friend. Goodbye. Welcome back to another video. This is a spiritual oracle card reading. It is meant for you. It's for you because you're here now in time. Look, all the information around us is for us. All we have to do is set that intention that there's something for us. And if we just set the intention on our forehead, which is just an inner decision to decide that what's about to happen is going to be something helpful, something useful for our highest good. It doesn't mean everything we hear is going to be what we accept and make use of, but instead, by setting the intention for our highest good, then we're only going to hear the parts or make use of the parts of the reading that are for our highest good at this point in time. If you came back a month from now or even just a week from now and rewatched this reading with the same intention of your highest good, you're going to hear things a little different, because that's what's really changing. You, not the readings. The readings don't have any power. It's you that has the power. The animal. The animal is what? It is this ever-changing black and white duality world. What's that mean? That means our personal circumstances keep changing, meaning that time keeps ticking by. In the morning, at noon, and at night, we are in a different place. Physically, we might wake up and be in our house or apartment, and then all of a sudden we are in our car, and then all of a sudden we are at a job, or all of a sudden we are getting a cup of coffee somewhere else. We're doing different things all throughout the day. We're like an animal that goes and roams around and does stuff in the world. But in the center of that animal is this blue eye. This is the only thing that's got some color in it. Whoa, 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 whoa. And this actually is something that you see as a logo on my YouTube channel here. It is the eye that looks up at the star. Looks up at the star. What's that? The star would be over here. We don't see it. Let's see. I use that often. The eye that looks up at the star to see that there is a spiritual dimension happening. That blue is this inner word system, this innermost self. So we want to get out of the animal, which is just our day-to-day life, and we want to get up into the spiritual being, so that we can be guided up here from the spiritual dimension. So put your eye on the stars. It's just a symbol for saying, go within and see that star within you and decide that as your identity, so that you can operate or ride around on the animal of personal life in duality, personal existence. Then that's going to change all of your circumstances, because you're going to be able to set your intention on what's happening. You're going to decide that the things that are happening during your day, you're only going to really keep the things that are for your highest good. Then all that's going to be noticeable more and more is the goody good stuff. And that is how it works. We really kind of enter in, you can say you're entering into another dimension where only the things that you are intending or hoping for are going to come to pass. That's why it's good to really, a lot of times, just to hope for your highest good, because you don't have to articulate all the time what your true specific desires are, because then what happens is we tend to miss what is really helping us if we're too specific. Watch. For example, let's say that for your highest good, you want to be wealthy in general. And that's one thing. But what if for your highest good you say, well, I want $1 million? That's another thing. So look, as you're going through your day, if your intention is the $1 million, then every time you do stuff, you're going to see that you don't have the $1 million, and it's going to reinforce unwealthiness or lack. But instead, if you just say, wealth, I want wealth, I want no worries about money, enough money so that it just flows through me. Ooh, me and money are friends. Ooh, what's that feel like? Ooh, wow. If you describe it in an abstract way like that, then as you go out, you're going to start seeing examples of wealth all around you. You're going to feel the sun hit your skin. You're going to be like, wow, I'm warmed by the wealth of the sun. Oh my God, the sun's always here. Oh my God, the sun's always with me. You're going to have these epiphanies of wealth when you set the intention in an abstract way. And eventually, we know you want that $1 million. It's going to unfold. It's going to get served to you. You're going to be able to eat on that if you accept the spiritual way of doing things, And look, you can see all the cherries coming down from the spiritual dimension. That's all of the little hopes and dreams and things you want are going to get baked into the pie that you're going to get to eat eventually. And if you think about it, you're really already, if you can accept it right now, that's the important thing. You really already are wealthy. You want to decide with that already. I'm wealthy. Now look for evidence of it. Jesus said it. He's like, ask, but believe you've received it. Believing you've already received it, and then it'll be done unto you. So that's why the acceptance card comes up and why it is the red card. because the red is that root chakra. That is the expansion of our material world in a way we prefer. All of the cherries of the expansion are in the blue. That means that our deeper blue or throat chakra words of what we want to see come to pass are all going to get baked into the pie. Look, they're all sprinkled in by the light. So good. So good. And her name is Cherry because that's what we really want. Life to be a bowl of cherries, or put that cherry on top of everything. Up into your spiritual being. This is always going to be the secret way, is to move into your spirit, to know that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Just about any video here on my channel will help you wake up spiritually or recognize your identity as a spirit. It'll help you to surrender to complete healing, which is going into that spiritual space, knowing you are a spiritual being. That's the only place where complete healing can happen, because it's the only thing that is not needing healing. It is a absolute wellness state of being. That's where we want to be, in that white light, so that our whole personal life can then get baked into a new way, into the way we prefer. So, are you going to accept complete healing by going up and becoming that spiritual being? Are you going to work to recognize yourself as a spiritual being having a human experience? That's why my videos on teaching self-awareness, teaching spiritual awakening, describing the spirit as consciousness or as awareness. This makes it really easy to recognize, so you can get that, there it is again, complete healing. Come on. Cards are all coming out from different decks, but we're talking about the same thing. When I use my words to describe stuff, then the reality in my personal life serves it back to me. That's why they're both healing cards from different decks. Come on. You see this, right? Do I have to prove it? And if you can believe in these experiences, these little coincidences like this, the divine masculine and the divine feminine get healed. Those inner spiritual self, who you are, is getting healed. So cool. You're like a butterfly, and your wings are the divine masculine and the divine feminine. What's that? They are the man, which is the words, and they are the woman, which is the emotions or the light. These two combine to create, there it is, the man and the person in the world, and the awareness or the spirit combined to bake up these cakes, these pies for you to accept. So good, complete healing, so good. What's next? Do we need to pull another card? Let's pull one more card. This message really is about moving more and more towards your identity as a spiritual being, knowing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, knowing that you don't have to ask for things so specifically as you just imagine that you have them already, and then boom, they are done. That is the creative sacral chakra. Look at it glow. I feel comfortable in my own body, and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings, because now that we are spiritually awake, we want to move through this world and try to help other people to feel out for their true identity as well, so that they can be that creative spiritual force in their own personal world and be able to accept that this is truly the gift of the Godhead, the light coming into the world, for you to have that experience of your heart's desires coming to pass. Oh, one last card on our way out of this reading? Sure, why not? It's always fun to let go and just allow something to happen. Let's see what it's going to be. You know that's what it is. There's that cup that runs over, the abundance. Oh, it's never ending. There's nothing that you can't have. Oh, it's so goody good. We are so hooked up. Thank you for being a part of this. Please make my channel a spiritual friend of yours. Make these videos of this guy Brian. There's 300 or more of them that are just floating around right now as of the filming of this video. You can pick any one of those and you're going to get the opportunity to set that intention that you'll hear what is for your highest good. And it'll just happen. Abundance. Yeah! Take care. Have a great day. Subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you get notified every day of all the videos. That way you can decide if you want to watch. And I'm always here. So leave a comment. Let me know what you're going through, what you want to ask, whatever. Let me know how your spiritual awakening is going, whatever. If there's a topic you want me to cover with a card reading, whatever, just let me know. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey there, you. Come on over here for another Oracle card reading. Now, remember that Oracle cards are nothing to be concerned about. They are just pieces of paper with words and images on them. And we're surrounded by words and images everywhere we go. Just look around. You can see it on the internet. You can see it when you're driving your car. You can see it when you get something in the mail. There's plenty of words and images all around us. And when those words and those images come into our awareness, our consciousness, then they have an impact on us. So we want to be able to step back, take that breath, be able to put on our white dress. What's that? The white dress is that blank, quiet space of inner conscious awareness. When we take a deep breath and we fall into that back space, we're able to see the bigger picture and notice the way the waves of white light flow across our world. What are waves of white light? They represent all of the little changes that come rolling along in our personal relationships, our personal workplace, our finance, our little everyday events. And as we're going through that experience, we always want to remember that the sun is there, warming us, looking on, calling us by its own name. It's calling us the light in the world, and it's letting us know that we can overcome or step back from all of the little waves of riptiding changes that come through. Let's take another card. So we know we're going to be okay because we're always okay. We know we live as a consciousness or a spiritual being having a human experience. We know we have a personal life and that personal life is amazing. It's filled with details and changes and emotions and oh so much. And there we are now as the divine masculine in white with the divine feminine right next to it. And you can see that this is the marriage that we're really all looking for. We want to tune in these two, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, our words or our details. Look at all the intricate details the divine masculine brings, the descriptions. And the divine feminine, that white dress, that lovely, the quiet, the elixir, the power, the creativity, the sacral chakra orange, the creative spirit of the woman, and the detailed, focused, detailed words and little dots and crossing the T's in the I's of the man, allow these two to form a beautiful union in the world that allows us to define and describe everything that's around us. We want to make sure we keep picking the best stories that we can, surrender all of those relationships that are unhealthy, get out of our heart any of those darker things, any of those scary things, any of those little things that make us feel like we are lost, that we are in danger. We want to tell the best stories we can, and that's going to happen through meditation. Pausing and breathing again, taking a step back again. The message is the same over and over. Step back from any relationships that seem to be tumultuous, that seem to be like a ripping tide. And just notice when you're back there that if you don't need anything from anyone, if you let go or hold on loosely to this world, then that insecurity is going to fade away and there's going to be nothing but that bright sunlight there for you, covering up any of that garbage. And the two of you are going to be able to find a way into each other's life. The divine masculine, the words, it needs a way to describe to describe the world in a positive way, in a fruitful way. It is stuff that we are describing and talking about and thinking about, our true beliefs. They're the things that are manifesting in our life. It's done unto us according to our belief. We want to make sure that we are renewing our mind. That's what the healer is. It's a renewing of the mind, a renewing of the words. It's the taking of the step back, the yellow and the red. It's that orange creative force. It's that black and white divine male creating an experience for us to have in this world. Some people say, Brian, tell me some more specific things about my personal life. Fine. Let's take a look and see what this one is. You're somebody who enjoys mysticism. You watch readings like this one, where people are sharing joyful experiences of new information coming down for your purple chakra crown. You're here with all of the petals of the wise things that you've collected over the years. Mysticism. You're interested in the more. You're interested in the light. You're interested in finding out what this world's all about. And you've come to the right place when you've come to my channel here. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. You're always going to get readings that are going to help you to be able to be illuminated. Readings that are going to spark your little interests in the world. They're going to find ways beyond insecurity. They're going to bring you new mystic experiences, healing your heart and your mind as you step back again. Step back and figure out what you want to do with your divine flame, your divine light, your illumination, your divine masculine and divine feminine that are always living inside of you as words and emotions in the world. We're going to pull one last card and see what we get. Oh, it's always going to be this, isn't it? Over and over again. After the illumination card comes the light. Here you are with the sun. Just like in the beginning, using your words to define reality, you find that sanctity, that space of holiness. You are a special expression of God in the world. The things that you want to experience, you can. Just go ahead and ask and believe you've received it, and it'll be done. It'll be done unto you. This is what Jesus had said. He's like, yo, go ahead. Ask in my name. What does that mean, in my name? It means in the name of the spiritually awakened state of Christ consciousness, of the observer within, of that space of friendship with God. Friendship with God. Acceptance that God is real, that this is a world that is friendly, because it is simply that beautiful, wonderful light coming through. Take care. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks for being a part of this channel. Leave me some comments. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll tailor some readings towards some of your questions. If you leave them in the comments, we'll see what we can do. Make sure you hit the little bell so that you get daily notifications. I publish every day. I super appreciate that you are part of this channel. Thank you so much. Take care.